welcome back. Today I'll be talking about the books that I've been meaning to reread forever, like since I finished the book. But I've just never gotten around to it because there's just too many books to read, and they take all of your time and energy, and the books that you want to reread just sit there collecting dust and they're crying out, "Read me, read me." So, I have a few books, not too much, just a few books that I want to show you, talk about with you, the books that I want to reread that mean a lot to me, but you just, I don't know, stuff happens and you just don't get to reread your books. The first that I want to mention is Cinder, or more like generally the Lunar Chronicles. I've only read this once and I read it from back to back to back, I think. Maybe not. I don't really remember anymore. I read these last year and I still haven't read Winter or Stars Above. Marissa Meyer has another book coming out in January, I think, and I really want to read it. So I really want to reread these ones because I went through them so fast that I almost don't remember much about the stories. I remember the characters. I remember Crest being my favorite one, but just, you know, I gotta reread them to like relive the moment and, you know, to prepare myself for winter because I haven't read it yet and I forgot a lot. It's been over a year since I read these, so I've forgotten like pretty much everything that happens except like the ending of Crest. I remember that pretty well. The next book that I really want to reread because when I read it, I freaked out over it. A lot of people had mixed feelings about the book, but I absolutely adored it, and it's Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Meyer Perkins. Not Stephanie Myers. There are no vampires in this book. This book had me giggling all the time. I love the guys at Josh. I'm pretty sure it's Josh on this one. There's so many boys. Pretty sure it's Josh. Yes, Josh. I love Josh, and I love Isla, and I love Josh and Isla together, and the ending of this book was so perfect. If you read the entire series, you know that you have to read Anna, Isla, and then Lola, because this one's gonna ruin the whole series for you if you haven't read the first two books first. So absolutely, absolutely, absolutely have to reread this one. It was so cute. It was one of my favorite reads last year, and just the fact that I've only read it once is a shame because I enjoyed it so much when I read it that I want to relive that moment, you know? The next book slash series that I want to reread is one that I've actually reread, but I just want to reread it again because I love it so much. It's like one of my favorite series ever, 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 and it just means a lot to me. And that is City of Bones, The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. Absolutely love this series. It's not my favorite Cassandra Clare series, that's The Infernal Devices, but I still have only read this one twice, or 1.5, because I didn't even finish it all the way through the second time. I got to City of Glass and then I stopped. I really want to reread it because the last book in the series, City of Heavenly Fire, was heavenly. It was very well named, actually. Everything. The ending of Cassandra Clare's series are perfection, and you want to read the entire series again just to get to that last book because I don't know how she does it. She does fantastic work. She just knows how to end book series in a perfect way that doesn't leave you questioning why this happened and why they got together and who died. You accept everything because she does fantastic job at what she does. I don't know how to describe it. She's just perfect. She's a fantastic author. Love her books. Speaking of fantastic authors, next is Colleen Hoover. Just all of her books. I want to reread all of her books, but specifically Confess. I had read Slam before reading this one, and I enjoyed Slam, but it didn't have me freaking out over Colleen Hoover like all of her other books have. I read Confess second, and fell in love with Colleen Hoover. She's fantabulistic, okay? It's the only way to describe her is fantabulistic. I don't know how she does it. She writes phenomenal romance stories that just make you want to be the characters because I don't know how she does it, but I'm speechless. I actually have no words to describe how much I love her books. I don't know what to say. I just really, really, really enjoy her books, and I don't want her to ever stop writing because I always want more stories of hers, and just the romance in it is always perfect. perfect. Some things go wrong, but they're still perfect. I don't know. It's just wonderful. So the reason I want to pick this one up again specifically is because I haven't read it in over a year, and it's the one that got me fangirling over Colleen Hoover all the time. She's like my top favorite contemporary author. She beats Stephanie Perkins, okay? That's saying a lot because I love Stephanie Perkins, but she's like just a little notch above Stephanie Perkins. So Colleen Hoover, I love you so much. The next book that I want to reread is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I've read this twice already, but I have to read it again because it was so wonderful the first time around. And I read The Court of Mist and Fury just like a few months ago in May and loved it again. And I just want to reread this one specifically again because it blew my mind. It made me love this series more than the Throne of Glass series until Queen of Shadows came out. But we're not going to talk about that because Queen of Shadows is the queen of everything, okay? But A Court of Thorns and Roses, it's just, it's the cherry on top. There's just something more about this series that I don't know why I love it so much, but I just do. So I have to reread it. I don't know if it was the romance in it. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about Tamlin again reading this now that I've read A Court of Mist and Fury. You know, because shit goes down with Tamlin and Feyre in the second book, and it's just like, how am I gonna feel about it in the first book now? Will I feel the same way, or will it affect my reading? Can't wait to see. The next book that I want to reread is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I've only read it once, and I read it almost 2 years ago now, I think. It's been a while, and the first time I read it, I liked it, but I didn't love it as much as everybody else. And I'm still not sure why, so I want to pick it up again and see if my feelings have changed towards it, see if I like it more. Not that I didn't like it, I really enjoyed it, but I wasn't like crazy about it like everybody else was, you know? I said in my review about this book, maybe it's because I don't have social anxiety, at least I don't believe I do. I'm really fine going up to talking to somebody. It's not really something that I've ever had a problem with, so maybe that's why I didn't connect as much with Fangirl as everybody else did, because a lot of people do have social anxiety and it sucks. So like, and I believe Kath has it too, so I can see why people connected to this book so much. But for me, there was just a little something missing. It got sucked into A Court of Thorns and Roses, I think. That little something more went into that book and didn't stay in this one. But I really want to pick it up again, see if my views have changed towards it. Again, I enjoyed it, just not as much as everybody else. The next book that I really want to reread is like one of the best book series trilogy of all time, and that is The Infernal Devices. I picked Clockwork Princess because it's like the best one in the series. It has the best ending and it's the most beautiful one, although I can't deny that Mr. Jim Carstairs here is precious to me, okay? But Tessa has like a really nice cover too. She has a book in it, so, you know. But yes, this series, the Infernal Devices series made me love the shadow hunting world so much more than the Mortal Instruments did. It has a place really special in my heart, and I've only read it once, and it's really a shame that I have, because I just absolutely love this series. Like, Jim Carstairs is my bae, my forever bae. I will never question my feelings for him. I will always love Jim Carstairs. Always. I haven't mentioned Jem in a while, and I'm just reminding you that Jem is mine. You know touchy Jem, okay? He's mine. You go find yourself another boyfriend. You can have Will if you want. I'm keeping Jem for myself. I'm just gonna squish these two together because they belong together. I absolutely love my Jessa ship. Forever. I will forever ship Jessa. I will go down with the ship, you know. But seriously, I have to reread these books. They're fantastic. If you haven't picked them up yet, please do so, okay? It's a necessity in your life. You will not be fulfilled until you pick these books up. And the last book that I really want to reread before I die, it's Eleanor in Park by Rainbow Rowell. When I read this book, I fell in love with the story. It was so cute. Why are there so many wasps around, okay? They're everywhere. I got 2 in my house this week. It's horrible. Eleanor and Park are the cutest little couple in the world. They're like friends first and then they fall in love, but like they're not really in love. Like you can't really tell unless, like, they never mention that they're in love, but you know they're in love. And it's just so darn cute. They're just, I don't know. It was so wonderful, but the ending, just, why was there no official ending to this story? We need to know what happens to Eleanor and Park, especially Park. Or was it Eleanor? I'm still waiting for a sequel to this story because I still don't know what happens to the boy and the girl. Do they live happily ever after? Do they ever meet again? It's just like these ongoing questions that will never be answered until Rainbow writes a sequel. So yeah, still waiting for that. Thanks, Rainbow, for thinking of us when you finish this book. So those are the books that I really want to get to again someday, hopefully soon. I mean, there's always new books coming out, so you like push those aside because you've already read them, but you really want to read them again. Today, let me know in the comments below if any of those books make it on your to-be-read books. You know, you want to reread them because you love them so much, but you just can't get to them because life gets in the way and new books get in the way. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed it. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. And also don't forget to subscribe. Click the big old red subscribe button that's down below this screen. Just below there. Go click it. It's really easy. Fast and simple. I will see you guys very soon with a brand new video. Bye!